implemented the validations for our request payload. What if I provide the any random value or anything? Let's say we did not define the age property in create user DTO. Let's say it's anything here, any random property. What it is gonna do, it's gonna give me the age and the random property, but we did not define these property here in the create user DTO. We did not define the age property, or I can say I did not define the department property. But this is the issue. We can fix this issue with the help of validation. uh, you can set the restrict new validation pipe. I can say transform whitelist. So it's gonna remove these two properties or these three. Whitelist, now you can see that. But if you want to throw the error, you can also do that. Forbidden whitelist to true. It's gonna return the error. Hey, age does not exist. Random does not exist. Department does not exist. It's a bad request error. What about there is another option? Transform should be true. It will give you the exact data type. Let's say if I set the boolean property blocked, set to true, by the help of transform, it's gonna transform the object to into JavaScript type. It will not give me the string. Let's say if I do in this way, oh, if I do in this way, I'm gonna send the string here, and let's set the type of the blocked boolean, and I can set the is boolean. Let's test it out. Property block should not exist. We defined here in the create user DTO. Let's remove the rest of the other property. Block does not exist because we said the type is boolean, but we are sending the type is string. Now it should work. Property blocked should not exist. What is this? It's an optional. We need to set the optional property is boolean. If I remove the blocked, if I set the blocked, I found the issue because I did not restart the server. So if I provide the string value, boolean must be blocked must be boolean. So you will get the blocked in the string format, in the boolean format. Let's say I can log in the controller file. Please log the type of create user blocked. I got the boolean type because this transform will give me the exact type of the property. But new user into the database. So to perform database operations, we need a service. We don't have user service. We will define all of our CRUD operations like database modification methods in the service. Let's create a new service. I can use NestCLI, Nest Generate Service, in the users. Let's define a new method. You can see it has imported user service here. You can see they registered the user service in the provider section. And let's define a new method. I can say I need signup method. You can choose any name for your method. It's gonna accept the payload, and the type of the payload is create user DTO, and it's gonna return the promise with a user. We don't have a class for the user. You can define the class. You can say user.ts export user and ID, let's say, or user response. I can say that ID number, and the email should be string. This is it. Export class or interface, or you can say sign up response. Sign up response. So I can use this type here, user, or you can say sign up response. That is it. So let's write the pseudocode first. Here I can say I need to save the user password in encrypted format, and what I have to do here, save the user in the DB, and return ID and email. That's it. I just wrote the basic pseudocode for you. You can try it out on your own. You have to use another package, which is bcrypt.js module. So you can find the bcrypt from here, the npm bcrypt.js. Let's install it. bcrypt.js. I also need to install the dev dependencies, the typing of bcrypt. Let's install the typing. Npm install -t. It's a dev dependency. It's gonna give me the syntax highlighting for bcrypt module. Import star as bcrypt from bcrypt. let's use the method. I can say we need to use the method get the hash, or I can create a separate method. I can say generate encrypt password, whatever method name you want to use. Encrypt password, it will get the plain text and salt round. So I can use this method bcrypt dot hash. You can see the documentation. Let's copy that. Let's copy that. I'm gonna use this technique. Let's provide plain text password and salt rounds. Salt rounds. This salt rounds is used to generate the hash. They are using any specific algorithm. So it will give me the encrypted password. You want to know more about the salt, you can find that. What this salt is doing. Salt to protect against Rambo. It's a specific algorithm, you can read that. Let's call the method here. I can say get the hash, encrypt password, and we need to provide the plain text password and round, salt round by default, which is 10. So I got that. Let's set the payload dot password equals to hash, and we need to save the user into the database. To interact with Postgres database, Prisma provides Prisma client API. For every model, you will have these methods: find unique, find first, find many, create, update, upsert, delete, create many, update many. We're going to use create method. We have a user model. So for user, we'll have this create method. We need to set up the Prisma client. Let's install a Prisma client. Yes, I need to install it. Now Prisma client has created. Let's set up the Prisma service. So this Prisma service is responsible to perform CRUD operation. This Prisma service will have some setup of Prisma client. Go to the source folder and create a new file, Prisma service.ts, and this Prisma service is extending the Prisma client and implementing the own module init interface. There is a own module init. When you load the project, it's gonna connect to Postgres database and generate the methods for your model. We also need to use that service inside the users module. Register it here in the user service, Prisma service. That's it. Now it's available here inside the user service. I can inject that Prisma Prisma service. So this Prisma has a method, this dot Prisma. Let's call it private. This dot Prisma dot user dot create method. I can set the data, which is payload. If you want to return a specific properties, you can define it here. I can return email, and I would like to return the ID, because in the sign up response we need two property. It's a asynchronous operation. I can apply await expression. Everything looks good now. So this user will have all of the find many, find one, all of the methods. To create Prisma model to Postgres table, we need a migrations. So you can get the exact script from here, Prisma. I can find that from the recipes. Whenever you create a new property, you need a migrations. Let's say what I want to do, we define our model here. Now I would like to convert this model into Postgres table. You need migration file. It's gonna write the SQL statements for you. You can see in the Postgres, you will see these migrations. You can see that this is the user query table, and we have these fields. It has generated the SQL statements for us. You can also double check from your database. This is my name of this is my database name, and I can find the user table. So I have these columns: ID, first name, email, password. Anyways, let's test this out. npm run start dev. What is missing? bcrypt module. I think I did not install it. npm install bcrypt. We also need to install the typing of bcrypt. It's a def dependency. I can say types. Oops. Let's test this out. We need to call this method in our controller file. We did not inject the user service inside the user controller. Let's inject the user service. User service, user service. Let's call that method return await this dot user service dot sign up, and I can call create user DDO. Let's convert into async function. This looks good. It's gonna give me the blocked issue because we did not define the blocked in the Prisma schema file. Schema.prisma. If I add a new property which is blocked, and it's a boolean property, it's optional, so we need to create a migrations to sync our model with a database. This table, we need migration. Let's do that. I can give the name of the migration add blocked property. Whatever you wanna do here, whatever name you wanna do. It's now you should see another column blocked. The type is boolean. So I can set blocked is false. Run the project again. A user has created. We can double check it from here. Let's find all the users. So here is my user, Jane13. It has saved the password in encrypted format. One more thing I wanna add. If you send the API request for sign up again with the same email, application will be crashed because we set the unique index error. We need to handle the validation exception here. Let's say we need to first find the user. I can call existing user await this dot prisma dot user. These methods are available in the users. Let's say I want to call find first, and there is a where clause. Email should be payload dot email. If we find existing user, then we need to throw the exception user already exist. I will get the message user already exist, but it did not send the message here. NestJS provide exception to throw the exception. NestJS has built-in exception: bad request for 400, unauthorized for 401, not found exception. We're gonna use this bad request exception. Let's throw that bad request. Make sure you import it. I can say user exist, user created with the email you provided. Here I can say user is already registered, whatever message you want to use. Let's test. you should see the message user created with the email you provided. User is already registered. This is the bad request error. This is how you will handle exceptions in NestJS. In the next video, we're going to implement the login functionality.